for an underground passage. Also, I do have clothes on.
It felt a little like it might not be legal, not sure.
Good morning from Athens, Greece. So today we are doing something a little different. We're doing a hop-on, hop-off bus tour in Athens where we have 3 different lines we can go to. We've been doing more of the tours with people, and now we're kind of gonna figure it out. So join us. Let's go find a bus. So the first thing we have to do is find the bus, and we are looking for an underground passage.
The hop-on, hop-off bus was really close to our hotel, which made it really nice. They had a couple of versions of the hop-on, hop-off bus. One was open air, and there was a different lines we'll show you, and you can kind of go everywhere, all around the city.
They provide you with headphones so that you can actually get a narration of the area. Also, I do have clothes on, although it doesn't look like it when I'm close up. Our first stop where we got off the hop-on, hop-off bus is at the Parthenon.
Parthenon, baby.
So the line is super, super long, and somebody stopped us and they have a tour, so we're gonna join the tour. So we don't have to wait in line for the Parthenon.
All right, so we're waiting for our tour to start. It should start in about 2 minutes.
So hot.
So like Kevin said, when we got there, we joined a tour. Some guy came up to us and said he had tickets. We wouldn't have to wait in that huge, massive line to get in, which was great. But it was a little odd because we had to like climb over some lines and cut in front of people. And it felt a little like it might not be legal, not sure. Nevertheless, we got in and it was a lot quicker. So I would say get your tickets ahead of time or plan on doing something like that.
Well, there's the theater of Dionysus down there, the ancient theater of Athens. And these are a few of the original marble steps.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know, if I let figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs.
So we had to come all the way to Athens, Greece to find out that there's a replica of the Parthenon in Nazareth, Tennessee, apparently. We're gonna have to take a little tour there.
Apparently it's made out of concrete. Not marble, but still. You get to see it kind of as it would have been.
Honestly, it really just kind of takes your breath away, all of it. It's just so massive and so much history, and the crowds are literally no joke.
Yeah. If you don't like crowds, and I don't like crowds, it's kind of intense, but I also found that it was worth dealing with the crowds.
Our next stop before we get back on the bus is Mars Hill.
Now, Mars Hill is very special because in approximately 55 AD, the Apostle Paul shared the gospel of Jesus Christ with the residents of Athens. And that was a pretty bold thing to do. All right, so we're standing at the tallest part of Mars Hill, which is, I'm assuming, where Paul would have stood, because one, Paul was not a very big guy, but also he understood to kind of project to a crowd to get up in the highest point. So, pretty cool place.
All right, we're gonna go back to the hop-on, hop-off bus and find somewhere for lunch. We found a place to eat are going to have some gyros. I really wanted lamb, but they're out. Bummer. I'm just gonna go ahead and declare that Greek food is my love.
Yes.
I love Greek food.
I love Greek food too.
That was so good. The tzatziki was so fresh and yummy, and the tomatoes were really fresh.
Really good.
Too.
And that cheese, whatever that spicy cheese was really good.
I think it's like a feta of some kind.
Yeah, the tzatziki that they use here is much thicker.
The last part of the Athens City Line bus ride was just touring the city and getting a feel for Athens, Greece.
You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high.
After enjoying the Athens City Line portion of the Hop On Hop Off bus, we decided to go on the Beach and Riviera line, and there are a ton of beaches in Athens. So we'll show you the specific beaches in our next video, but this just gives you a glimpse of what the Beach and Riviera line look like. This area of Greece was an American air base up until the 1990s. And again, you can see there's a lot of little areas and more areas for getting off and going to the beach and having a beach day. You could actually jump from beach to beach. One thing that's really nice about the Hop On Hop Off bus is that you can actually stay in the shade. And I'm using my hand here to kind of hopefully keep some of the wind out of the microphone, but it's nice because it gets pretty hot here, especially in the summer. So having the option to stay in the shade but still be outside and see all the sights is really nice, especially too if you're near the end of your trip like we are and you're a little tired. So the name of the beach is Oceanus Beach. It's at B8, and they say that is the best beach to go to. So if we have time, we'll probably come back here to check out the beach and have a little time here and maybe catch a sunset. But they do stop running the bus at a certain time, so you just need to take note of that or plan to take a taxi back. Meanwhile, back at Be Free Acres, if you've been watching our channel, you know that we are in the process of building a family compound we call Be Free Acres. It was so cool checking in to see the roof going on our little home. Putting the roof on our house feels a lot like embarking on our bucket list Europe adventure. The roof is the final piece that shelters all the hard work beneath it, much like the moment when you reach the summit of the city walls in Couture after a long climb. Just as an adventure requires planning, determination, and a bit of courage, so does building a home. The process is filled with unexpected challenges and triumphs, but the roof symbolizes the completion of one chapter and the beginning of another. It's a reminder that every adventure, whether in construction or life, ultimately leads to a place of security, fulfillment, and the promise of new journeys ahead.